When the S&P 500 nosedives, your portfolio is bleeding cash unless you have the right defensive play. Most retail investors buy bonds at the exact wrong time, turning their safety net into a liability. It is not about generic advice or complex jargon. It is about the precise mechanical trigger points that hedge fund managers use to shift capital during volatility. Today, we strip away the theory to show you exactly how to insulate your wealth, but you can implement it with a standard brokerage account today. Sit back, grab a cup of water, and let us get to it. Investing in bonds feels like the boring cousin of stock trading. While stocks are the high performance car racing toward growth, bonds are the seatbelt. You rarely think about your seatbelt until you need it, but when the road gets rocky, you are incredibly grateful it is there. A bond is essentially a loan you provide to an entity, like a corporation or the government, for a set period. In exchange, they promise to pay you interest, known as the coupon, and eventually return your original investment, the principal. That sounds simple, but why would you choose a 4% return on a bond when stocks could potentially return 10% a good year? The answer lies in the relationship between risk and reality. Let us start with the easiest win for your portfolio: capital preservation during economic uncertainty. Many investors make the mistake of thinking they can just time the market. They wait for a dip in the S&P 500, buy the bottom, and ride it to the top. But history shows that market timing is a trap. In the 2008 financial crisis, the broader stock market plummeted by 37%. If you were fully exposed to stocks, your net worth took a massive hit. However, investors who held high quality government bonds saw a completely different story. Treasuries actually gained value during that crash because investors flocked to safety, driving prices up. When you hold bonds, you are not necessarily looking to get rich overnight. You are looking to minimize the drawdown so that when the market does recover, you have capital left to invest rather than spending your time trying to get back to zero. My friend Marcus learned this the hard way in 2020. He had his entire retirement account in tech stocks. When the world paused in March, his account balance dropped by nearly 30% in 3 weeks. He panicked and sold at the bottom. Had he held just 20% of his assets in aggregate bond funds, his total volatility would have been cut significantly, and he might have been able to stay the course without selling. Bonds act as an anchor. They keep your ship steady when the waves of the market start crashing against your hull. Now, here is where it gets interesting, and we move past simple preservation into the idea of yield generation. Most people view bonds as low yield assets, but in a high interest rate environment like the one we have seen throughout 2023 and 2024, bonds have become a legitimate source of recurring cash flow. When the Federal Reserve raises rates, the yield on new bonds climbs. If you buy a 10-year Treasury note today, you are locking in a guaranteed rate for a decade, regardless of what the stock market does tomorrow. This is where income-focused investors find their edge. Think about it this way. If you have $50,000 sitting in a basic savings account, you might be lucky to get 0.5% interest. If you shift that capital into a bond ladder, a strategy where you buy bonds with staggered maturity dates, you can capture significantly higher yields while maintaining liquidity. Because your bonds mature at different times, you always have cash becoming available to reinvest or spend without having to sell assets at a loss. It sounds technical, but it is just a way to organize your money so it works harder for you. If this is clicking for you, hit subscribe. I drop these deep dives every week, and we are about to move into the strategy that frankly changes everything. All right, ready for the one I have been saving? This is what I call the inverse correlation play, and it is the secret to true portfolio balance. Most assets correlate with each other. When the economy is good, stocks go up, real estate goes up, and even commodities go up. But bonds, specifically long-term government bonds, often move in the exact opposite direction of stocks during periods of deflationary pressure or economic stagnation. This phenomenon was highlighted in a landmark study by the National Bureau of Economic Research. They analyzed market cycles from 1950 to 2020 and found that in approximately 70% of major market pullbacks, high-quality bonds maintained their value or increased in price. This is not a coincidence. It is basic economics. When people get scared, they sell stocks and buy safe assets, which by definition are government bonds. But here is the secret sauce, the barbell strategy. Instead of just buying a mediocre bond fund, you split your bond allocation into two parts. One part is in very short-term treasury bills, essentially cash equivalents that provide immediate stability. The other part is in long-duration bonds, which are highly sensitive to interest rate changes. When the economy crashes and the Federal Reserve drops interest rates to stimulate growth, the value of those long-term bonds skyrockets. While your stocks are dropping by 20%, your long-duration bonds could be jumping by 15 or 20%. This effectively offsets your losses in real time. It is the closest thing to a free lunch in the world of finance. Think about the implication of that for a second. Most investors suffer because they are holding one single asset class. They are riding a roller coaster with no seatbelt. By implementing this barbell approach, you are not just hoping for the best, you are structurally protected against the worst. Once you see the market through the lens of correlations rather than just stock prices, you can never go back to blind investing. It changes your mindset from how much can I win to how can I build a system that wins over the long term. So there you have it. You now have a clear understanding of why bonds matter for preservation, how to generate reliable yield through ladders, and the sophisticated, yet actionable, method of using inverse correlations to protect your entire net worth. If you got value from this, please share it with a friend who is trying to figure out their financial path, and make sure to subscribe so you do not miss our next breakdown. I am currently working on a guide for how to evaluate the tax implications of these specific bond strategies, which is a question I get constantly. Stick around for that. It is going to be worth the wait. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Keep building that foundation. It makes all the difference in the world.